Most diets start from a pain point. You want to lose weight. You want to feel better. You want to gain control back of your life. You want to look in the mirror and feel confident and not hate on yourself. Then you see someone online talking about keto, fasting, carnivore, and they tell you all you need to do is cut carbs or stop eating for 16 hours or only eat meat. And in principle, yeah, it sounds really, really simple. But in reality, it's leading you down a garden path of fear and guilt every time you step off that narrative. You start fearing carbs because they're gonna make you fat. Fearing fruit because of insulin spikes. Fearing food after 6 p.m. because for some reason after 6 p.m. we will suddenly put on weight. Look, if that was the truth, anyone who ever did shift work would be obese. It's just nonsense. Every one of those diets, ketos, fasting, detoxes, OMAD, they all thrive on fear, not on understanding and education on what's actually going on, not on science, just fear. But fear doesn't create health, it creates obsession, anxiety, and guilt. We don't avoid killing someone because we fear jail. We don't do it because it's wrong. Jail is just the consequence of that action. It's the same thing with food. We shouldn't avoid eating because we fear something from it. We should understand why our body needs certain nutrients, certain macros, and fuel it effectively. Fear doesn't create control, education does. Avoiding something because we don't want to go this way or don't want to go that way is a shit reason. And I can tell you firsthand, look, I spent years fasting, over 5 or 6 years. 1 meal a day, I was terrified of carbs. I also was full keto at some point as well for another couple of years. I thought if I ever ate a banana or any form of sugar, I was going to be fat. And it wasn't until I actually studied nutrition, looked at the real research instead of influencers or fear-mongering, and I finally understood how wrong I had been. I've done all the diets in the world. I've starved myself, ketoed, carnivored, etc. Insulin isn't also a villain that it's made out to be either. It's one of the most important hormones for life. If you don't have insulin, you freaking die. An anabolic signal that helps your body use and store nutrients. When you eat, especially carbs, but also protein, your blood glucose rises and your pancreas releases insulin. Its job is to move glucose into muscles and liver cells for energy and storage, and to help amino acids into the muscle cells for growth and recovery. It is a good thing. Without insulin, your body can't move glucose into your cells. That's literally what happens in type 1 diabetics. So the same hormone people are scared of is keeping you alive. In healthy people, insulin naturally rises after meals and drops between them. That's normal. Long-term problems only occur when you are constantly overfeeding, sedentary in your lifestyle, and carrying lots of excess body fat. Not because you ate fruit or oats or rice or sugar. And look, this isn't an opinion. This is actually research and evidence. Weight gain happens from calorie surplus, not insulin. There is multiple studies on this. Fruit doesn't cause fat gain. It actually improves metabolic health. When total calories are equated, especially with protein, results are the same. Insulin isn't a fat storage switch, it's a traffic controller deciding where your fuel goes. And the more muscle you have, the more insulin sensitive you become. That's why lifters, athletes, and people who strength train handle carbs better, because carbs are fuel. If you don't use your fuel, of course it's going to turn to fat. So no, you don't need to fear insulin, you just need to understand it. It's actually a really important hormone. Look at the bigger picture. When your choices are built on fear, you stay trapped. When they're built on understanding, you gain freedom. Food isn't the problem, your perspective and fear is. Carbs aren't an issue, context is. You eat too much of anything, you're going to get fat. You eat too little of anything, you're going to lose weight. When you understand how the body actually works, you stop fearing food. I love my carbs now because I understand them, and we can start using them to perform and have a better life and better output. So I hope that you take this with what it's intended to be. I'm trying to educate and help people understand that we don't need to be controlled by fear-mongering assholes on Instagram and TikTok. With education comes understanding. With understanding comes better decision making. Ask yourself, am I choosing to not eat this food because of feared consequence? If that's the case, well, you're probably not educated enough on what is actually going on.